Good afternoon, everybody. All of you in this international conference. I'm just very happy to be one of the congratulatory remarks to all of you. On behalf of, like Director No and then Presider introduced me, I'm currently working at the MIU as a Vice President. More than that, I established International Institute for Media and Communication. I just in charge of that institute as a directorship. So I'm happy to be with this very well-known, established healthcare media institute. Yeah, I appreciate it. On behalf of our four Mongolian participants, first of all, I'd like to extend our deep gratitude for organizing this wonderful theme, and then participants. It's going to be very beneficial for us in Mongolia, also Korea. So this is my privilege to announce that HCRI of Hallyu University and the IIMC, the Mongolian International University, have co-organized the international conference in order to help solve the healthcare issues with mass media solutions. These issues impact every aspect of our daily lives in Mongolia and Korea. As we wish for better health and longevity in the future. In the era of so-called in Korea, 100-year-old lifespan, in Korea and many other countries, public health policy should be mainly focused on improving social welfare of our citizens in any country, including Mongolia and Korea. In that regard, main topic of this seminar should be improving public health through the effective utilization of mass media and information technology. Please join us as we strive to reach ideal and practical conclusion through two sessions. It's going to be short, but that's enough to share the important information about medias and health policy. I would like to thank all of our notable presenters from at least from Mongolia. They are very notable and promising in their field. So, notable presenter and discussants from Mongolia and Korea who will share their valuable knowledge and experience unique to each country. All of the participants presented discussants are distinguished scholars and practitioners in the circle of health communication and policy in their respective countries. And last but not least, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Director. And also, I didn't hear this title, Distinguished Professor. Distinguished, not Professor, Distinguished Professor Nogi. I heard something like, the chair professor, but I didn't hear any distinguished professor. So therefore, his generous effort to make this seminar possible by joining to an institute. Let me ask you, I come to learn the health, essential action of health is hand to health kiss, like this. Let me express our gratitude to stand up, praise Director No and the distinguished professor. Let me give him big applause.
this was a very good opportunity for me to know how useful is the information technology and also media for the healthcare, because we are just tackling all the problems in the past century and the disease, just trying to cure disease, and then just and it created another big burden in Mongolia. Since some non-official statistics say that we have 60 to 70,000 Mongolians go abroad seeking the medical care, medical tourism, so-called, mostly in Korea. So now we have to use this all the media and internet things for all people to upgrade people's knowledge, health knowledge, and health education things, and also the spreading the importance of the health campaign. And hopefully that next year Mongolia will be very gladly to host the next second meeting. We'll go back, we will discuss how we can do it in our country.
It was really nice to see that Korea has this routine surveillance system to see whether the smoking prevalence goes down or up, and on an annual basis, which we don't have. We have this step survey, but we conducted once in every 4 years. But starting next year, we will be doing it in every 5 years due to funding shortage. Would it be nice if we have annual step survey or annual smoking prevalence survey? And I see that this is another area that we could seek for your assistance or this technical assistance. Because again, going back to assessment thing, let's say we run this really successful campaign with testimonial or whatever, but then we can tell whether we did a good job or not until after 4 years. We could do this really great campaign this year and then fall asleep for 3 years. And then when we conduct our survey, it's not going to make any sense. That's what I mean. And the telemedicine, so 20 years ago, we were discussing, 20 years ago when I was a medical student, I first heard of the telemedicine project being implemented at our medical university by one of my professors. We're still in that stage. That's my opinion. There are multi-million-dollar projects by World Bank and Chinese government. But frankly speaking, we're still in that stage. I'm not too sure. I'm at the decent level of health sector, but the concept that we were trying to implement is still not compelling to me. That's what I meant. So that's another area where we could do some great things together. And plain packaging and labeling and perhaps changing our strategy. I couldn't agree more. When those smokers, chronic smokers or younger ones go to stores, there is always another way of maneuvering the existing laws and regulations. So we need to constantly come up with the new ideas and new, because at the end it's always this constant fight between so-called economists, I mean people who are trying to make revenue, right? And then between us. So usually they think ahead of us. They always get educated better and they read more because there's money involved with it. So we can't fall asleep. We need to try to catch up with their level of intensity. But I agree with what you said.
However, as Dr. Bayama said that there is a trend that campaigns and other health communication are moving from TV to SNS. I thought maybe this could be moving from the public communication to personal communication. So I would like to think about this method to get public communication and personal communication. And to collaborate with telemedicine and the healthcare media research. I think so there are many. So I know there were many projects in Mongolia also telemedicine project. But I know also nowadays many projects drop situation. As like Mongolia, we did many trial and error, maybe 100, more than 100 projects introduced and failed. But nowadays there are some kind of telemedicine projects ongoing nowadays. So if we communicate over in Korea, maybe we can find out some good method, some way that we can find out. So we need more communication each other.
Personally, I think today's sessions were a great opportunity for me to learn about the current state of the health policy and health campaign from different countries in Mongolia and Korea. And through discussion, through the presentation and discussion, we are able to learn about some of the similarities and the difference between the countries. But we are also able to confirm that the media environment has significantly or drastically changed over the past decade. And so today I was very impressed by Dr. An's presentation about the current state of the telemedicine system, which is contributing to reducing some of the disparity in public health, especially in the Gangwon province, where the facility accessibility is limited. So very impressed by the current stage of the development. So we could be able to learn that the information communication technology integration is kind of actualization of the first industrial revolution. That has been frequently mentioned these days in the media as well as in academia. So there was a great policy implication in enhancing public health in local community and also in national health. So that is a great benefit we have learned from today's discussion. Even though we have made some rich conversation about public health and health policy based on the current development of the health technology, I think we have left some undiscussed research agendas in relation to community health disparity as well as the role of the media in public health. So first part, when it comes to community health disparity, what we have learned from today's sessions is all about some of the road to reducing health disparity in local community, but probably there might be some more negative or some pessimistic discussion about the current state of the information technologies, penetration.
Personally, I quite enjoyed Dr. presentation, and then she emphasized the cultural difference, and also talk about. He also mentioned that still he the press campaign for the issues. That's why he mentioned the new idea or new approach. So when it comes to new approach or culture aspect, since we are all Asian, but if we are not, in future outside, but whenever this kind of symposium we open and the other person from outside, they were like a Western culture, they always say, what about collectivism and individualism? Because we really not focused on individualism, but when it comes to cultural issue, all the time, collectivism and individualism, it seems really boring issues, but always it comes to our mind. So, as I said, this is really boring issues, but if we combine the ideas, doing the research from Mongolia and Korea, outside people talk about why Asian to culture or to contribute to the same issues, because we have the same, they have the same idea of our culture, Asian culture. So whenever the cultural issues comes to my mind, we are all different. Even though we talk about the health issues, but as another past stage, we have all different cultural perspectives. So the culture comes to me, collectivism and individualism is kind of boring and too generalized idea. So what if this is too boring and general idea? What about the other perspective? How can we understand our mind to promote health issues? That is a big issue. So new idea.
I got the answer from the PAC's presentation. So I think it's great for my learning experience. And also, I just like to mention one thing for time saving. We need to study unintended effects. For example, fear of peer, make a society the academic of apprehension and desensitization of the fears, so make people fearful, make people not stable, unstable. So that is a kind of unintended effects. So maybe I propose another one for next year. Intended and unintended effects of the public campaign. Thank you.
I want to talk about two things. One is about the campaign or anti-smoking campaign. And I don't necessarily think that Korean anti-smoking campaign in Korea has been very successful. I think that it's been successful compared to other health issues and other campaigns in other health areas in Korea, because the anti-smoking campaign had more money and then more staff and more experts. So we work a lot on this area, so that's why it's a lot more prominent than other health issues. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's been very successful and the reason why for my hesitation is two things. One is basically, as I said about the effective health campaigns, require commitment and consistency. In that regard, Korean anti-smoking campaigns have not been consistent, didn't have enough commitment over time. The decision-making process is very slow inside of the Ministry of Health and also the Korea Health Promotion Foundation, and every year we have a budget, and then that budget had to be spent on like 6 months or even less, because the rest time is basically spent for decision making inside. So as a result, there is a lot of a lack of commitment, consistency in terms of the campaign themes, as well as some of those accumulated effects for effects of anti-smoking smoking issues. That said, I really encourage too, since you're Director General in Ministry of Health in Mongolia, I think that with a small amount of budget, I think that consistency and commitment really matters. So maybe you can just focus on, once you develop anti-smoking campaign, it has to go and last much longer and consistently. They will have a lot bigger impact than just doing this and doing that separately and in an inconsistent manner. So that's one of my suggestions. Second problem is evaluation. I think that you mentioned very nicely about the evaluation assessment, how important evaluation and assessment is. And this is an area where I have to admit, since I've been living in the US and studied in the US for about 30 years, I have to admit that US and at least in Western countries by far more superb and much more aware and then well developed.
I wrote down several points, but then all other points were mentioned by other scholars, so I'm going to skip that. And the one thing that hasn't been mentioned yet is, I think that most of us are kind of assuming that the health issues are the problem of public sectors, but I think that there is great room for private sectors to involve in doing a lot of health campaigns, because actually there are increasing numbers of corporations that are getting into those promoting healthful behavior, and that really generates money sometimes. And for example, like a lot of nutrition companies, they are now producing healthier food and they're promoting healthy eating, and that's really effective. And like Samsung these days, they are developing some applications to promote health behavior and also cure some disease. And also there have been some successful stories about hospital-initiated anti-smoking campaigns, like, for example, the anti-smoking campaigns promoted by dentists or dermatologists that sometimes work better than doing public campaigns. So I think there are a lot of room for collaboration between the government and also the corporations in achieving desirable health outcomes. That's all I want to add. Thank you so much.
Two countries with very sharp contrast in two features. I found last night. One is the difference in the size of populations. Mongolia has the population that is 16 times larger than South Korea, whereas South Korea has about 16 times larger populations. So two countries are on the two extremes in terms of the differential features, although we are quite look-alike each other. So, which suggests that our two countries will benefit from each other by exchanging, trading, cooperating, and above all, communicating with each other. So I can say that today's symposium has been a good effort in this direction. Exchanging ideas, communicating, and learning from each other. So for all that, I'd like to thank all of the discussants in this panel and previous sessions, as well as the presenters and especially the audience. Okay. So thank you very much for your input, and I'd like to say have a good evening and a good trip back to Mongolia for especially the participants from Mongolia. Thank you very much.